Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a pick a card reading for your spirit animal guide and also for the divine feminine goddess that wants to come through and your inner goddess. And you can utilize the ones that you choose here today to support you along your path for as long as you feel so desired. So let's just take a look. We have pile number 1, the green heart. Pile number 2, the golden heart. Pile number 3, the purple amethyst heart. And pile number 4, the angel light blue heart. So just to take a moment and tune in, maybe put your hand on your heart and see which one really resonates with you. Just take a moment, and you might want to put it on pause. Okay, pile number 1, welcome. And just center yourself and put yourself in a loving space, and let's begin. So the card that comes forward for your power animal right now is the grasshopper spirit. There might have been some things that you're concerned about moving forward with, or there might have been some things you're going through in your life, but now it's time. Now it's time to take that leap forward, and it's important to have faith. And you might have had some challenges in the past or some things that had happened in the past that make you a little fearful of taking this risk or moving forward. However, now is the time. So the grasshopper spirit is supporting you to trust in yourself and follow your guidance and take that leap. I love it, and I love how it is right with the green heart, because grasshoppers are green. Okay, so let's see what wisdom wants to show up with the grasshopper spirit. Dependability. Know that you can be supported by those around you, that in the relationships. Most of all, too, I'm getting you're very dependable. And sometimes others might not be as dependable as you would like them to be. But know that what's most important is you do what you feel is right in your heart and soul. And you stay true to you and not let other spirits or beings affect you, even the way that they're handling the situation. Stay connected to you. Listen, this is really a time to listen to your own gut instinct, because it will not lead you wrong. Some of you are also able to hear guidance from the divine and your angels and spirit guides and ancestors. And some of you, that is your gift that you're to share with the world, that you can hear. And you think that a lot of people can sense and know the same things that you do, but they don't. So they don't have the same connection with intuition. It feels like you also have a connection with nature, and nature supports you to be able to hear clearly. And always trust your gut. I feel like you have a strong connection to your gut instinct. So stay connected to that, and it is guiding you forward. And friction. Yes, there has been some challenges in the past, and that's affecting you moving forward. And there might even be some of that residue left right now. And it also makes you want to just leave the situation or jump or move. But make sure that it's coming from your heart center and it's not just being a reaction, but it's actually coming from your true heart's desire. Wonderful. So here's some tarot cards to go along, some positive tarot cards to go along with the messages. Fertility. There's a new thing that you're birthing right now. There's a new thing coming into fruition, and it feels like you've been putting your attention into this for a while. It's truly what you desire in your heart. I also feel that you have a strong connection to nature, but I also feel that this is rooting into the earth, like I see the tree. So it is time for it to expand. It's time for this job situation or this career or even a relationship. It's time for it to expand. But I feel like a lot of it's with your life purpose and what you truly are desiring and want to bring forward right now. So trust that and take that leap of faith and listen for the timing, because timing is very important. Sacrifice. This is also about It's about you have sacrificed a lot in order to move ahead, but that now from that sacrifice, you are budding into fruition. You're budding into the perfect time for you to accelerate, to expand, and to bring your divine gifts into the universe, what you're good at. Feels like you're good at talking to people, but also trust the wisdom that's coming through. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Take a moment, maybe write down everything that you want to do, all the options that are coming available to you, and then spend time in nature or a place where you can feel relaxed and at peace. And from that space, you'll be able to make the right choice and leap ahead and like move forward. So take a moment just to write it down, because when we write it down and make it tangible, it helps us see more clearly. Movement, choices, and decision. Oh my goodness, I love it. So the same thing I'm getting. Some of you are feeling overwhelmed by the situation. Don't get caught up in your head or your mind about it. Like breathe and center and ground yourself. Come into your body. When we get too caught up in our mind, that's coming from our ego, and that's not really our true guidance and our true wisdom. So that's how we get connected to our body, is in our gut instinct, is listening to our body's response. And some of you might need to eat to relax so that you can ground more. It feels like some of you get stressed out and you go in overdrive, you have too much coffee or something. And so it's important to get yourself to a relaxed space, maybe do some stretching or yoga or exercise to release the stress or the excess energy so that you can make a positive choice. And then victory and success will come. So just trust yourself. You know the right answers. Don't listen to fearful thoughts that you might be thinking. Success is on its way, and you will overcome any obstacle that is in your way. Throat chakra. There are some of you that have a gift in speaking or singing or talking to others, but at the same time, it's important for you to speak your truth to others, that your voice matters, and you have more wisdom. And a lot of times, some of you don't speak up because you don't want to deal with the repercussions, or some of you really just don't trust the wisdom and trust yourself. But know that you do have the wisdom. Trust it. And others will acknowledge it. But you have to believe in yourself first. And then from when you step into that belief, you will have an accelerated motion. You'll be able to move forward like the grasshopper and take a leap of faith. So the goddess energy, the divine feminine energy that's coming through is Sarah Lakale. She's the queen of the outsiders. She was actually the child of Christ Jesus and Mary Magdalene. I want to read just a small amount of this, but it says, I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. And you might want to look her up. Sarah, S-A-R-A-H-L-A-K-A-L-I-E, or L-I. So I just want to look her up and tell you a small amount. I'm just going to keep it really brief. But there's just great wisdom in this about these different divine feminine energy. And what's important right now is we are bringing in on the planet right now the divine wisdom energy. So Sarah Colleen. One moment. Okay. Sarah Lakale is the symbol of love that endures, the love that never dies. There are three main legends that surround Saint Sarah. First, she is known as a charitable, noble woman who collects alms for the poor in Saint Marie's de la Mer in south of France at the beginning of the 1st century. She had a vision that a female saints who were present at Jesus' death would arrive on their shores. And when they did, around the year 42, Saint Sarah was the first to lovingly welcome them with open arms. The golden legend from the 13th century says that Saint Sarah arrived with the 3 Marys, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and Mary of Bethany, as one of their slaves. She was said to be an Egyptian, very beautiful and endowed with healing powers. The 3rd legend is that Saint Sarah is the daughter of Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ. During the persecution of early Christians, it is believed that Mary Magdalene fled with the young Sarah, Jesus' mother, and Mary of Bethany to south of France. There she raised Sarah and continued their mystery of love, of becoming the Christ referred to as true human beings, meaning from both fully human and fully derived. Saint Sarah is known as the Queen of the Outsiders. She is a beloved patron saint of the Roman people. She is carried from her crypt in the cathedral to the sea of horseback every May 24th by thousands of Romani who gather annually to celebrate her. There's an ancient chest in St. Sarah's Cathedral that contains the relics of the 3 Marys. St. Sarah represents the spiritual tenets of the Camargue cross, faith and hope, but above all, love. Enter your heart and ask to experience love, true love, and let it fill your head to soul. And your intention is, I have arrived. I am where I will always be. So I'm just getting that sometimes in your experiences you may feel like an outsider, but know that this is part of your path. And sometimes you feel left behind, or you don't feel like you fit in with others. But know that you're on a different mission, and part of that mission is to experience feeling like an outsider and overcoming that and trusting who you are, and anchor into your own belief of trusting who you are, and not let what others say about you or your experiences affect you from being true to who you are, and to start to believe in yourself, to start to trust yourself, to know that you have a message, you have a reason for being here, and that you are part of the plan, and you are needed on this planet and in this world right here and right now. So trust that, and trust yourself. And then I got the message of speaking. It's important for you to speak or to write, and this is also, if you don't want to do it and share it with others, it's also a way to empower yourself to really get in tune with who you are. Wonderful. So these are the inner goddess cards. So we get warrior goddess, which is really beautiful. The warrior goddess is also about you speaking up and being true to yourself and true to love. Some of you have a connection into nature. You're very beautiful, very unique. And here is what it says, spiritual guidance. You are ready. Life has been preparing you. Your experiences have made you stronger and wiser. You have spirit and you have courage. Believe in yourselves. You are a warrior goddess, an empowered divine woman. Trust that your foundations are strong. Put your faith in the universe. It has been a life coach and guide all along, helping you build your inner resources. So trust in yourself. You have, you're a warrior goddess, and you're here to speak messages of truth. But it first has to come from your connection with you. And another one wanted to come through for you is sight. So you're going through a transformation. It feels like you're really starting to connect into your beauty. and you're learning to surrender what you've been trying to make yourself be, and to surrender into the divine presence of who you are. And I love it. This last card is beauty. This is coming from the Grace cards. Surround yourself with simple pleasures. Beauty is in the language of the divine. So I feel like you have a lot of beauty. You have a lot of love within you, and trust that. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to pull a message from these messages that I created. Let's see what it has for you. Take out time to rest before moving forward. Okay, I feel to hear one more. Are you sure? Check with guidance. Wow, I love it. So let's do some yes/no answers. So think of a question. Just tune in, and you might want to put the video on pause and just get very clear, because it's important to be very clear. So think of your question, and here is your answer. Yes. I love it. There's a yes. So we'll do another one. Think of a question. Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay, we'll do one more. Think of a question. And yes. Oh my goodness, you got 3 yeses. So yay for you. So I hope this helped you. And take good care of yourself, and sending you lots of love. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 2, welcome. I hope this finds you in a wonderful space. So I am just sending you lots of love, and just tune in and be open to the messages that are coming forward. So your power spirit animal is white raven spirit. Trust in the magic. And this is your messenger, to pay attention to the messages and the synchronicities that are happening around you, that to not limit yourself by just trusting the process, that everything is happening in divine order. And if you take a moment to center and to pay attention, that when certain doors are closed, it's guiding you somewhere else, or there's a meaning behind it, even if you don't know it consciously. So you have to trust in the divine flow of the universe. And as you do, you're going to start to see synchronicities. Also pay attention to birds, especially. They're giving you messages. You might want to look up those type of birds and the spiritual meaning behind it. But right now, white raven spirit is here, and you can call on white raven spirit if you're feeling like cynical, like things aren't going in your way, and that the white raven spirit will help you tune into the magic of the universe, and keep your intentions positive and the highest good of all, the highest good for yourself and for others as well. So just keep focused and stay positive, and know that things are happening. And I noticed the 6 here, and 6s are love numbers, so 6 together equals a 12, which breaks down to a 3, which is creativity. So it feels like there's something that you're creative or that you like to do, and take out time to do that creative endeavor. So what messages want to support you are potential. You have so much potential. But that you're limited by some childhood wounds, and that needs to be healing. So you might want to write down some of the challenges you went through as a child, and sending love to that child, or even just thinking to yourself to love yourself through those challenges that you're remembering, because it feels like, you know, and when we experience those things, it stays in our consciousness and our subconscious, and from that it limits us moving forward. So what's important is for you to see where these thoughts and these fears are coming from. So you might want to write out your fears or your concerns, so that you're able to see clearly and move forward. Unity. You are connected to the divine universe. And when you are connected, everything flows. It goes easily. Also, you have a great connection with angels, So call on your angels for help. They can't help you unless you ask. And I also feel some of you have a strong connection with the universal God, like you have a connection with God. So you have to ask for help and know that you're worthy, and help is always available. So just listen and trust. Okay, the next message is center. It's important to center yourself, to stay focused. That you might feel out of balance with the stress, but do whatever you need to center yourself and ground. Triumph success. This is also like you're starting a new endeavor, that you are moving forward. You also need to speak your truth. That's very important. And some of you are just really good at speaking, and that is part of your life path. So just trust that and honor that. You will succeed. Emotional loss. Some of you are still thinking of the emotional losses that you've experienced, like when I said about the childhood, but also some of you have had some recent losses, which I'm sorry to hear that. However, that is part of life. You know, we're all not going to get out of here alive, unfortunately. I mean, that's just part of the process. So when we honor that and see that, we can see the situation through God's eyes, the universe's eyes. And from that space, it makes us see things in a new way. And also don't stop yourself from moving forward because you're afraid of what you're going to lose. Like some of you are afraid of what you're going to lose by moving forward, and you're holding on too tight. And you have to let go and know that some things we have to let go of in order to move forward and gain more success, or what we really need. And having success isn't always about how much you have. It's about the quality, not the quantity. Base chakra, yeah, this is about foundation. Some of you are afraid of losing your home, or where you're living, or not sure how you're going to make ends meet. But know that everything is working out divine, and just trust the universe and where it's leading you. And do things that connect to Mother Nature, things that will stabilize your foundation. Hope. The most important is for you to believe. When you believe, you succeed. And from that place of belief, it keeps the door open for us to receive and to get messages and for opportunity to come. But if we're stuck in the emotional laws or fear or holding on too tight, we can't receive the gifts that are coming. So open yourself up to hope. If you can't believe yet fully, at least hope. And that still keeps the door open. And practice to believe. Believe and trust and envision what you really want. And that will bring you into your power. So see where make sure and be aware if you're thinking in a victim consciousness. It's important that you be aware of your thoughts, because your thoughts is what supports your foundation. So stay focused on and see positive results and envision what you really want. You are powerful too. You're a very powerful being. And then the goddess that's coming in, and the divine feminine is Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So let's see what wants to come through. I'm just going to take a moment to bring forth some wisdom from her. She's so beautiful, so connected to the world and vulnerable. Connection to the angels, and also like a queen. So to trust yourself, you have great wisdom, and you're connected from above and below. Trust that. Okay, so Inanna represents the power that comes back to us when we accept and integrate our shadow. Gorgeous. I love it. It's exactly what I was saying about the inner child. Inanna was the most prominent female deity in the ancient Mesopotamia. At the height of her worship, around the Uruk period of 4000 to 2000 BCE, temples and shrines dedicated to Inanna lined the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Her name is Sumerian for Lady of Heaven. Her temples housed her priestesses, and they each would take a man to bed with them on the spring equinox to reenact the divine marriage of, or Helios Gamus, between Inanna and her consort Dumuzi. The Hieros Gamos is an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within, the male and the female, the light and the dark, the most especially heaven and earth. This theme occurs in accounts of Inanna's descent into the underworld to find her sister Ereshkigal. And excuse me if I'm not pronouncing these right. These are unique words I haven't seen. She must take off an article of clothing at each of the 7 gates so that when she finally reaches her sister, she is naked. And when Inanna ascends, she does so with Ereshkigal's power. When your soul selects this card, Inanna goes into the depths of her own unconsciousness to merge with her 2 twin sister self. And this is like connecting in with your balancing the masculine and feminine within you. She becomes more powerful because she is no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep her shadow and negative attributes hidden deep underground. She courageously descends and faces the aspects of herself that are hard to get to when she fully dresses or cloaked heaven in this ego. Inanna is an invitation to get naked. She wants us to drop our defenses and become vulnerable. She wants us to see how holy and sacred it is to be vulnerable. As above, so below. This is an alchemical adage that suggests heaven and earth are not so separate. It suggests that within us, deep down in the dark cages where we place parts of ourselves, the truths that exist there also exist right here on the surface of our everyday lives. So if we are exerting great amounts of energy to keep from seeing our shadow, it is actually playing a large role in our consciousness life. Beautiful. So the soul voice meditation is, I can love my shadow as much as my light. And the intention is, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. And that's what was coming forward in the beginning of the message, is to honor you, honor all of you. Beautiful. I love it. I love the energy that she brings forward. So now we're going to bring forward the inner goddess. Tribe of the kindred. I carry your heart. I carry it in mine. So let's see what this has to say. These are such sweet cards. Home is where the heart is. Give your heart permission to reveal to the people, places, and activities that feel like home for you. You are in a phase of transition in your life, casting off that which is not true to your heart in favor of that which really feels like it belongs in your world. Sometimes the mind resists, thinking that if we let go too much, we'll be left with nothing, and that it's better off to hold on, even if something isn't right. This prevents you from being able to find your way home. It is safe to trust your heart as it attracts into your world that which is truly meant for you. And in the spiritual guidance, there's a place where you belong. Maybe you're found it, or maybe you're still looking. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to find it. What matters is that you believe you deserve a real home for your beautiful heart, and that you don't give up until you are there. I love it. So sacred rituals, I call upon my kindred soul tribe and my spiritual family, the true home of my heart. May we be blessed to find, recognize, and love each other at the perfect moment in the most beautiful way. Wonderful. Yeah, just know that wherever you are, it's perfect, and trust being true to who you are. And free spirit. Yeah, you have to let yourself be free. You have to trust yourself. You have to allow yourself to do what speaks to your heart, even if it's not in alignment with those that are around you at the moment. When we have an active imagination, we can forget to use it for dreams instead of let it create nightmares. There's something that you've been worrying about. There is no need to torment yourself. Let go of thoughts, attitudes, or beliefs that are based in fear. They are not helpful, necessary, or accurate. Everything has a positive and loving purpose. Even if we cannot see or know that it is straight away, you'll find the loving solution comes to you easily at the perfect time as you choose to avoid the fearful thinking. Let yourself be free to feel positive about the future and know that everything is going to be okay. But I also feel like you're just a free spirit. You just have to let yourself be free and follow what speaks to you, because and I feel like it doesn't fit in with the people that you're around, or maybe your family. So you really just have to be true to who you are and know that you have a place in this world. And from Grace Cards, anticipation. Expect the best. The world is working out in your favor. Absolutely. It's just right in alignment with everything that came through. So I'm going to pull some some little messages of what I created. And here is your message. Follow your internal guidance system. Wonderful. Let's pull another one. What does your heart tell you? So listen to what your heart is telling you. Listen to what feels in alignment for you. So here's some yes, no, maybe so. So take a moment, put your hand on your heart, and ask your question. And here is your answer. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's ask another question. Put your hand on your heart. And here's your answer. No. That one's a no. And another one. Put your hand on your heart, or just tune in to what you want to know. Yes and no answers. And that one's a maybe so. I'm hearing to pull one more. Yes. The last one is yes. Okay, so the maybe so and the yes feels like you have to get more information, or you have to wait for the right timing till you move forward. So I hope these were very helpful. Call on your spirit animal and your goddess for love and support and help in your situations, and know that everything is happening in perfect divine order. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Okay, pile number 3, welcome. And let's get to it. Here are your messages coming forward. So your spirit animal is buffalo. The abundant universe will provide. So things are coming into fruition for you. There's no reason to be concerned. To know that you have valuable gifts that are worth money or abundance to come to you. You have many gifts, because see, the buffalo spirit was used back in early America by the natives, and they used every bit of the buffalo, which is also known as a bison, actually. I had the opportunity of seeing them up in Yellowstone. Incredible animals. I just fell in love. But know that you have many gifts that will bring abundance, and what your job is to believe in yourself, and that to share your gifts with the world and keep thinking positive, because the abundant universe will provide. You have a lot of abundance coming to you. So what other messages want to support? Patterns. So pay attention to your patterns, which it feels like a way of thinking, a way of doing things. You might want to try a new way and see if there's a shift, and things shift differently. But to change the way that you're doing things. Revision. just, write out, take a moment to kind of relook and like the patterns that you're doing and see it different, to see a new way to do it, or see where you may be, it may be, stopping your progress, but to see it in a new way, to take time to brainstorm and look at it differently, and maybe even talk to other people that might see it differently. And, don't take it personally. It's just like, we're all here to learn and to grow. And so there's a lot of people that love you and know that you deserve to be happy and you deserve abundance, and see maybe what other people think, or write it down and talk to your spirit guides and your angels and see what comes through, or just journal it out. Fortitude. So you have a connection to animals. I feel like when you get into nature, that's when your gifts come more into fruition. And just keep moving forward, because it will manifest the things that you desire. And stretch. Go beyond what your comfort zone, because you will reap the rewards. Don't just stay where you're at. Stretch your comfort zone. Move a little bit past what you've been doing. The universe is here to support you. This is a beautiful card. Everything is available to you, so don't limit yourself. Financial material changes. Things are changing. There might be some things that you're letting go, but know that it's important to let go sometimes of certain things, because then that's going to allow you to open up and put your time and energy to things that are most important to you. But know that it's like prioritize. If you're doing several different things, prioritize what's most important and put your energy into that first, and then go to the other things. Or make sure that you take care of the priority one's bringing you in the most abundance first, and then put your attention into the others. But it's also important to have balance. New beginnings, yes. New beginnings are happening, so just take one step forward and be open to it, and let go of the old way, like the limited way. Don't let that stop you from moving forward. Don't let your fears stop you. You have to believe in order to succeed. Mental complex. See, you're stopping yourself. You're concerned, you're worried, you're stressed about taking that step. So you have to get yourself into a place of positive thinking, and if you go and spend time in nature, that'll help shift that, and it'll change your patterns, and it'll help you move forward. Okay, I feel like this needs to be underneath the new beginnings. It needs to be on top of that. Emotional withdrawal. So just take time when you're getting into a place of stress or you're overwhelmed. Just take time to get out into nature. So this is the actual goddess that's supporting you. Sappho. Let me make sure that I'm saying that right. You have a connection to music. You have a connection to the stars. She's a poetess. So you have a connection with words, like you have gifts in words. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. And so you have a deep connection into the goddess energy. So let me see if I'm saying her name accurately. Witin.